My name's Anheliger. I'm fighting out of Champions Creed MMA here in Calgary. Right now my record is 4-5 in pro MMA. I won my last 2 fights, and I'm really looking to put 3 together in a row. Champions Creed has been fantastic for me, really helped me improve my game overall. We have really quality training partners who help more than just training. I mean, we help each other in all aspects of fighting, because pro fighting doesn't just end in the gym. It's something that you do all the time. So making sure we're getting to training, checking up on each other, we share advice, we share techniques, but we also really get to work when we get down there. It's a very professional situation, and that's how I like it. I like to show up, get to work, get better, and then get home. Getting brought into the sport is kind of a funny question. I get asked it all the time, and everybody asks, what was that thing that made you want to do MMA? And there was no real thing that it was. I've just always been a competitive person, an athletic person. I was drawn to combat sports. I thought I wanted to maybe do boxing, something like that. When I was done playing hockey competitively, I still had a competitive gap in my life. And once I went into my first MMA gym, it was for more of a fitness, kind of check it out type of thing, but I just absolutely fell in love with it right away. I got good fast, and I wanted more. I wanted to get better. I wanted to push myself, and fighting was a real natural fit for my competitive side and my natural skills. I was actually at another gym for the majority of my fighting career, which is getting pretty long. It's almost 9 years now. Knuckles MMA is where I first started out. Same thing as anything, I looked it up and I drove down, and I loved it. I loved my old coach, Max. I had a really good time training down there, really improved on my skills. Like anything, you need to push your boundaries and your comfort zone. I left to go find a new gym to help really push me to that extra 10% that I'm trying to get. You can get too comfortable anywhere, even if it's a great place. So I pushed myself to go to a new gym, start right at the bottom again, prove myself, start as a white belt, all the stuff that it takes to really get the most out of yourself. I'm so glad I did, because looking back now, it was the extra push I needed to really kind of jumpstart my career again. My career has been really up and down due to a lot of different reasons, but I actually like it that way. I think I've got a lot more experience in less experienced fights just because of that. I had an amateur fight pretty early on, and I did really well and won it. And then right away we went pro, and I kind of stumbled. I had a couple losses right out of the gate. Then I kind of regrouped, really wanted to focus, and I didn't want to just go try pro and it didn't work out, and then, oh well, you know, at least I tried. I wanted to be successful at it, so I took some time and I refocused, got a couple wins going again, and then once my skills started really adding up because of my focus, I started getting really tough opponents, and I was trying to win fights. You can't win them all. I kind of went back and forth for a while. I lost 3 in a row, and that really hurt my record. Going pro a little early hurt my record. Taking on some really tough opponents and trying to really make that jump up hurt my record. I switched gyms, took some time to reevaluate, retrain. Now I've won 2 in a row again, and I'm telling you, I've really gained strength and knowledge from the rocky start of my career. Right now I'm 4-5 as a pro, but I am 10 times the fighter that, and everybody knows that too. I have the respect of my peers and my coaches. They know that I've always pushed myself to fight the best people, because I'm not here to waste time. I want to fight the best people, get good, keep moving up. So sometimes that's what it takes is some rockiness, but I'm really feeling the smooth climb up now. Fighting's improved my life in all aspects of it. I really owe a lot to martial arts and fighting itself, the competition side, because you can just find out so much about yourself you'd never know. It's a real good growing process. I feel way better and stronger than when I began. And also, people talk about, you know, digging deep and finding that extra push or whatever, but when I had to dig deep, when I first started training or ended up in fights in bad positions, I liked what I found. I found a lot down there. Some people come up empty-handed, but I didn't. So it just shows me how much I can do. I build confidence as I train, as I push myself harder. Training, I train a lot of different ways all the time because I always want to get better and learn different things and find new tricks. I have no ego ever. I can go to anywhere at any time and learn something new. I just recently started doing yoga for my last 2-3 training camps. Something brand new to me that I usually don't do poor at things that I do, and I was not very good at it. I'm still not very good at it. But I think it's important to always find new things, to challenge yourself mentally, not get in a groove. So, you know, I don't really pre-plan my training very much. We're very lucky to have a structured gym like Champions Creed to go to because I work a full-time job all day. So when it's time for me to go down to the gym, I need to consolidate that training time. I don't have time to be messing around or talking about what we should do today or doing my own thing. I show up, I have coaches, they put me to work, they send me home, and that's how I like it. So we have different training on different days. I have a striking coach, I have a jiu-jitsu coach, I have a wrestling coach. We also do MMA class and sparring on top of all those things. So I go to the gym every single day and I do something different every single day too. I've really kind of re-found my love for jiu-jitsu and training with a gi. It's something I'd never done, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I've really only put a gi on for the last little over a year. But I'm really starting to really enjoy jiu-jitsu and understand it a lot more. I mean, the big difference when it comes to jiu-jitsu is you can do gi or no gi. With the gi, you have the traditional, I guess you'd call it robe and pants and your belt. No gi is just shorts, you know, no shirt or a tight shirt, and it's more freestyle, I guess you'd call it, and gi being a bit more traditional. The gi, I found, I started really enjoying it because it's a lot more technical. You can grab a hold of clothing, and you can grab clothing certain ways. You can grab certain angles on people's arms and grips, and with no gi, you can kind of just pull your arm back where you couldn't in gi. If somebody has a hold of it, you have to address it differently. And it just put a whole new angle on all the things I already knew, techniques I already knew, but it just made you revisit them, rethink about them, break them down, and whenever you do that, you're just gonna get better at it. It's one of the easier martial arts to get frustrated with and revert back to your natural attributes, which is maybe strength or speed or stamina or something like that. But I've really started to really understand and enjoy and appreciate the techniques involved in jiu-jitsu, and I'm just eating it up. I'm getting better and better every day. Jiu-jitsu has really settled in with me. I know how I view myself as a fighter, but it's pretty clear, I think, that I prove it in my fights and that I come out aggressive. I really, when we get out there, it's not about playing it safe. Fighting and safe are two words that don't even go in the same sentence together. When we're fighting, it's just that, it's a fight. I want to put the pressure on. I want to make somebody break and not want to be in there with me. I enjoy a hard fight. It always brings out the best in me when things get ugly in there, and I can bring out the worst in my opponents. They usually just can't handle it. The second thing that I bring to all my fights that every opponent I've ever had and all my fans know is that I bring the power to the fight. I can take out anybody with my power. Here at Hard Knocks 54, St. Patrick's Day here in Calgary. I've got a big fight coming up against Josh Smith. I know a lot about him. I've been looking him up. I've been preparing for this fight for a long time, and I can't wait to get it on tonight. I know he's a pretty aggressive fighter. I know he's skilled too. He's been around for quite a while too, similar to myself. I mean, almost 10 years, 8, 9 years in the game. So he's got a lot of fights. He's got pretty good wrestling. He's got pretty good stand-up. He's just pretty good overall. But at this point in the game, everybody is good. Everybody I'm fighting is going to be good. I'm not really scared of that. The factor that separates us is going to be my heart and will and the power that I bring to that cage is the things that he can't catch up with.
Yo, I'm that guy, Josh Smith, and I train out of American Top Team down in Coconut Creek, Florida. Been in a fight game for about, I'd say about five 5 years or so, ever since I got done with college wrestling. Been in the wrestling game forever. I'll say about 24 years ago. I was 4 years old. My mom got me into wrestling. She didn't want her little boy to get picked on, so she figured if I could take him to the ground, then I'd be okay. I played a lot of sports when I was a child. Football, basketball, wrestling, track. Most of those sports, I had to rely on other people. In football, you always hear about the blame game. Oh, if he would have threw me the ball, we would have won. In wrestling and in fighting, it's solely your responsibility. It's you alone. Your victory is your victory. Your glory is your glory. Your defeat is your defeat. So I'm an independent person and I want it all. So when I win, I don't call me selfish, but I don't like to share my victory. When I win, that's mine. Perfectly honest, I know nothing about Chad. I know his age. I know he hasn't fought in a while. I know this could possibly be his comeback fight. I know he's a local boy, he's from here. But as far as Chad individually, it's just another opponent to me. Take it as disrespect if you want to, but it's nothing personal. I'm coming in, beating you up, and leaving. I know I'm gonna finish him. There's only one person I haven't finished, and that was my last opponent. I'm so mad about that. But I'm coming in there to hurt him. I'm coming in there to finish him. I plan on getting a KO. If not the KO, the submission. If not the submission, I would hate to leave it to the judges, so I'm not gonna even think about that. Let's plan on finishing it.
It's important to know who you're fighting. It's important to know their strengths and their weaknesses. Not necessarily, I mean, you can help train and angle towards that, but when it comes time to fight, you're gonna fight the way you fight, always. You know, success for me in this fight, I wanna get that win. I'm ready. I'm moving up the ranks right now. I'm starting to build momentum with my wins. I want this win, and I'm ready for it. I know that, not that it's owed to me, but I know I've put in the work, and I just gotta go out and get the win. So that's really important to me. I've never measured my success on wins and losses. I want to go out and perform. My opponent does too, so we don't get to pick who wins. It's not about who trained harder, it's not about anything like that. We always don't get to pick if we get to win or not. I'm fighting a very tough guy who works very hard too. But I definitely want to make sure I get out there and I fight hard and with honor. All the skills that you can learn or you can get from somewhere that my opponent cannot get what I have, and that's my heart, my will, and my power.
This hard knock fight is a professional bout at a catch weight of 130 pounds. And now, let's meet the fighters. In the blue corner, he's 6'3" as a professional, 28 years old, and stands 5 feet, 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 130 pounds. Fighting out of American Top Team from Coconut Creek, Florida. Please welcome hard knock fighter, Josh Smith! And in the red corner, he's 4'5" as a professional, 30 years old, and stands 5 feet, 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 130.5 pounds. Fighting out of Champions Creed from Calgary. Please welcome hard knock fighter, Chad Anheliger. This bout is contested under professional rules. The referee in charge of the hard knocks action is Mr. Andy Social.
Antisocial will be in charge here as Chad Anheliger comes out of the red corner in the gray trunks with red accents, and quite the opposite with the red trunks and gray accents for Josh Smith out of the blue corner. They meet at the center of the cage, they touch gloves, and we are underway. Josh Smith with a good first round here against Chad Anheliger as we wait round 2 action. Chad Anheliger took a bit of a beating there in round 1 from Josh Smith, survived it though. Not a lot of damage necessarily, but a substantial amount of strikes landed from the top for Josh Smith, as well as really having control for that entire first round. As we get ready for second round action here between Josh Smith and Chad Anheliger. Anheliger looking to keep a 2-fight win streak going, but he's in tough here.
Here Anheliger is looking for a choke, and he's making Josh really
there's
fight
the
for it.
tap. Chad Anheliger taps out Josh Smith, who had dominated this whole fight. Anheliger finds his spot and gets the choke to move to 5-5. What a performance from that young man to keep the win streak alive.
And now, the official decision. The winner by tap out due to guillotine choke at 1 minute and 55 seconds in the second round. In the red corner, Chad Anheliger.
Fighting Josh Smith tonight, really tough guy. I went out there and had a rough first round, gave him some dominant position, but that was kind of the plan, not exactly, but make him work real hard, and he did. He worked real hard, and second round came out. I knew he was a little slower, and I was feeling really tight and crisp. It's been the game plan from day one, was to wear him out, and he wore out, and I took advantage, choked him out. You know, yeah, it didn't go exactly how I wanted to. It never does, for one, but I gave up my back, and it's just a little too dangerous. He was never close to finishing me, never had a choke locked up or nothing like that, but not a position you want to be against a talented guy, so I wish I didn't end up there, but considering what I had to go through this camp, it was a very tough camp. Making it to the fight was a victory in itself for me. It was a really hard camp, a lot of injuries and sickness and stuff like that, but I knew the first round was going to be tough, but I know I'm tougher than him, and eventually it was going to show. I loved the matchup. It's a great opportunity given to me. Somebody with a really good record, who's an active fighter. He was on a 3-fight win streak coming in. I love a tough test. It really gets me up for it. So, you know, I get out of bed early for them kind of fights, and it made me work real hard. The camp itself, I definitely didn't go very well. I had some serious injuries to my arm and to my rib. I was sick a lot. I'm still sick right now. Cutting weight wasn't that easy. Just a lot of things trying to stop me from going out there and getting my victory, but, you know, nothing's going to stop me from doing that. I'm 5-5 as a pro now. It's 3 wins in a row, all stoppages. Celebration really won't be a whole lot. I really like to show the appreciation to my friends and family. Go out and have a beer with them for sure tonight. You know, I felt really good. I'm really proud of myself for getting to the fight. Like I said, that was a real personal victory for myself. No matter how the fight went down, just to show myself that I can get through anything like that, because I'm telling you, a lot of people would have not fought tonight, but I'm really glad that I proved to myself that I can. Yeah, no, I'm ready. I want to keep going. Get me tough guys, get me fights. I feel great. Better than I did before the fight. Now after the fight, I feel great. I'm ready to take on anybody. And I know I can beat some of the best out there. Had an awesome team in my corner tonight to give me all the support I need. I had my brother, my youngest brother, Reese. He doesn't do any training or anything like that. He's just a big support of mine. So I like to give him a cool experience. Something a normal person might not ever get. So I like to do that. Plus I had Noah, my #1 training partner. We always help each other in the corners, and I have my striking coach, Chad Sawyer. And it's a deadly, deadly team we got going over there. I just want to thank Hard Knocks for giving me the opportunity. They put on a fantastic show. They really got me a good quality opponent, and I mean, we stuck to it. The same guy I signed showed up and fought, so a lot of things that were outside of my control went really well. The promotion kept up their side, my opponent kept up his side. He came in, we touched gloves, and we fought like men, so I'm really happy with it.
Chad Anheliger, your winner here tonight. He said it just a moment ago. Never a good game plan to get dominated in round number 1, but it certainly paid off for him in round number 2 as he was able to find himself a choke.